I never meant for her to hear me. The words slipped out as breath, barely louder than the hum of the alien engines beneath my boots. A foolish, human reaction to something my mind couldn't fully understand. Magnificent. The chamber went silent. I realized my mistake the instant the sound left my lips. The guards, towering beings clad in living armor, stiffened, their weapons glowing faintly as they turned toward me. The air itself seemed to tense, like the universe holding its breath. And then the AlienQueen turned. She had been facing the stellar map, an immense, floating projection of galaxies and star systems rotating slowly before her throne. When she turned, the light shifted across her form, revealing details I had tried not to stare at since the moment I'd been dragged into her presence. She was tall, nearly 3 meters, her posture impossibly regal. Her skin shimmered like polished obsidian threaded with veins of soft, bioluminescent gold. A crown grown, not worn, rose from her skull in elegant, branching arcs. Her eyes were not eyes at all but swirling pools of color, galaxies contained within flesh. They locked onto me. "You speak," she said. Her voice didn't travel through air alone. It resonated in my bones, in the base of my skull, as if reality itself carried her words. "I did not grant you permission." I swallowed hard. I was human, an engineer, a survivor of a failed return mission to Earth. I had no business standing before the ruler of the Aurelian Dominion, the most feared and powerful civilization in known space. My voice cracked. "Forgive me, Your Majesty. I didn't mean to offend." She studied me for a long moment. The guards did not move. The stars in the projection behind her continued their slow, silent dance. "You find me magnificent?" she asked. The words sounded different in her mouth. Curious. Almost unfamiliar. I nodded because lying felt impossible under that gaze. "Yes." Another pause. Then, with a gesture of one elongated hand, she dismissed the guards. They hesitated, clearly shocked, but obeyed. The massive door sealed behind them, leaving me alone with her. Fear coiled in my chest. "Humans are known for deception," she said, stepping down from her throne. Each step echoed softly through the chamber. "For self-interest. For fear-driven speech."
She stopped a few meters from me.
"Explain why you spoke the truth." The beginning. A broken return. 3 months earlier, I had been drifting through dead space. My ship, the Ardent Hope, was never meant to travel beyond the outer colonies. It was a retrofit transport, barely capable of the experimental jump needed to get me back to Earth. But after years stranded on a mining outpost near the Perseus Fringe, I was desperate. The jump went wrong. Instead of Earth's blue glow, I emerged near Aurelian-controlled space. My engines failed within minutes, disabled remotely by technology far beyond human design. I didn't even have time to panic before I was boarded. The Aurelians were legends, conquerors who didn't destroy civilizations, but absorbed them. Their queen was rumored to be ancient, merciless, and utterly alien in her thinking. I expected imprisonment. Instead, I was taken to her. The middle, a queen who listens. "I spoke the truth," I said carefully, "because I've never seen anything like you, or this place, or your people." The queen circled me slowly, her presence pressing against my thoughts like gravity. "Most beings kneel," she said. "They beg. They flatter." "I'm not good at any of that," I admitted. "I'm just observant." A flicker passed through her eyes. Surprise, perhaps. "You are aware," she said, "that humans consider my kind monsters." "I know," I replied. "Humans fear what they don't understand. And yet you whisper admiration." I met her gaze, despite every instinct screaming at me not to. Power doesn't make you monstrous, I said. What you choose to do with it does. The chamber grew warmer, the bioluminescent veins in her skin glowing brighter. You are either brave, she said softly, or ignorant of danger. Probably both. Something unexpected happened then. She laughed. It wasn't loud. It wasn't cruel. It was a low, resonant sound, rich with emotion, real emotion. No one has spoken to me this way in centuries, she said. Her name, I learned, was Zyrith, translated loosely into human language as she who carries the dawn of many worlds. Over the following cycles, I was not imprisoned. I was questioned. She asked about Earth, about human art, music, and the strange contradictions of our species, how we could be violent and compassionate in equal measure. In return, she told me about the Aurelians. They were not born conquerors. They were survivors of a universe that nearly erased them. Expansion had been necessity, not cruelty. Assimilation was how they prevented endless war. You see empire, she told me once. I see stability. You see control, I countered. I see fear beneath it. She considered that for a long time. Our conversations became something else, less like interrogations, more like dialogues. And somewhere along the way, I realized something terrifying. The AlienQueen was lonely. The turning point, a choice between worlds. The Dominion Council did not approve of me. I overheard them through untranslated whispers, ancient beings who saw humanity as chaotic, dangerous, and unnecessary. She hesitates, one said. Because of a human, said another. The decision was swift. Earth would be evaluated, which in Aurelian terms meant conquered or erased. I was summoned to the throne chamber once more. You have changed me, Zyrith said, her voice heavy. And change invites challenge. I never meant to. I know, she interrupted. That is why it matters. She showed me the projection. Earth highlighted in burning gold. They fear your species, she said. They fear what you might become. And what do you fear? I asked quietly. She turned toward me. I fear becoming what your stories say I am. Silence stretched between us. There is another way, I said. Alliance. Exchange. Understanding. The council will never agree, she replied without words. I felt her thoughts brush mine for the first time. Then don't ask them, I said. Lead them. Her eyes flared. You would have me risk civil fracture for your world? For the chance to be more than feared, I said. For the chance to be remembered as magnificent for the right reasons. The word lingered between us. The ending. The queen who chose to listen. The council gathered in full. Ancient voices clashed, predictions of war and instability filling the hall. When they finished, Zyrith rose from her throne. I have ruled through strength, she said. Through inevitability. She gestured to me. This human spoke without fear, without ambition, and reminded me that dominion without understanding is merely slow destruction. Murmurs rippled through the chamber. I will not conquer Earth, she declared. I will meet it. Outrage followed. Threats. Warnings of rebellion. Zyrith did not flinch. I am the queen, she said. And I choose a future where the universe learns before it destroys. The decision fractured the council, but it also changed everything. An Aurelian envoy was sent to Earth. Not warships, but diplomats. I was offered a place at her side. You could stay, she said as we watched the stars from her observatory. Help me understand your people. And Earth, I asked. Will survive, she replied. Because one human whispered truth when silence was safer. I chose to stay, not as a subject, not as a prisoner, but as a bridge. Sometimes, late in the quiet cycles of the Dominion, I would catch Zyrith gazing at the stars, her expression unreadable even to me. And once, when she thought I wasn't listening, I heard her whisper back, "Perhaps they are magnificent too."